Hello and welcome to the 30 to Lock show presented by RotoRadar. My name is Joshua Reimer. I am joined by none other than Jared Block, who is over on my right. Jared, how you doing, man? How are you enjoying your 414 day, your National Milwaukee Day, or whatever it
Yeah,
is?
it's nice because the only slate that I get to play them on is Corn Slate, which
There you go.
they're not on a main slate. They're not an early only. It's nice to
Yeah,
not have to worry about it.
hell yeah. Yeah, it's thank goodness we don't have to worry about Milwaukee at least for another day because I don't know with that team. But regardless, we have plenty of baseball that we do get to talk about. FanDuel main slate locks in just about 22 minutes. DraftKings main slate locks a little bit later. So for those who might be freaking out, where is the DraftKings content? It's not quite up yet, just because we do have that little bit of extra time. But it'll be up after we get off of the 30 to lock show. But right now we get to talk a little bit about the FanDuel slate and talk about, the games that are over on DraftKings and just talk about everything. Has anything changed in your process whatsoever? I know we were just on the podcast maybe 20 minutes ago now, but has anything changed for you?
A few things. The first thing that we mentioned right after the show was that we got this interesting spot for the Dodgers where they have Hanser Alberto hitting in the 9 spot at min price everywhere. He's taking over for Gavin Lux. This is mainly a starting pitching type approach here, and I think we've also kind of just adjusted to the lineup that the Cubs have rolled out because it is quite different from what they normally do. Outside of that, trying to find ways and just messing around with a bunch of combinations. Uh, I found myself off more Colorado than I initially wanted to at the start of the day.
Yeah, I'm in a spot where I found a min price pitcher or a min price hitter that I really, really like today. So it kind of made the whole build fit. Changed from where I was. A lot of things changed from where I was before the podcast. I came into the podcast feeling pretty solid about a certain pitcher that I felt was going to be contrarian, but with some value opening up, found a way to get to my favorite pitcher on the slate, the guy who I really thought was the top dog at the end of the day, and excited to play him. Excited to have exposure there, and I feel really good about the spot that he's in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to also nail down a GPP pitcher on FanDuel. I have a few that I want, and it's kind of been this thing of, okay, well, what can I upgrade here? What can I upgrade there? Where do I have to decrease my exposure to a team in order to get to a pitching spot that I feel comfortable with? There's only a few that really actually make me feel comfortable, and I know in GPPs that's not always necessarily an option. You don't have to feel comfortable necessarily, as long as there's an upside available. So I think that there's a few things that I still need to tweak and work on, but I feel really good. 18 minutes with 18 minutes left to go here.
Bro, you want to know who you should take? You should take the pitcher that I was on earlier today because I guarantee you, now that I'm getting off of him, he's going to go absolutely ballistic. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
foolproof plan. That's
that
usually the
has
way
been
it
a thing.
goes.
Yeah, that has been a recent thing lately.
Yeah. So, I mean, foolproof plan. You could totally go with him, and you could feel really good about it because we know that everyone that I pivot off of usually does pretty well. Jay Coos asked Jan Gomes the DK catcher to play. I think so. I
Yeah.
think that Jan Gomes is that guy at 2,900, opens up a lot of salary for you elsewhere. Little Italy says, is Judge a good one-off on FanDuel? He's 9 for 17 with 3 home runs off of Gausman in his career. You are correct about that
Mhm.
BVP, sir. I will say, don't rely on BVP solely. That's never a good way to do DFS research. But in this case, since he's a Yankee, I can always get behind it. But in real terms, I think from the non-Yankee fan here in Jared, I think he can agree that Judge profiles is a pretty good tournament one-off today.
Yes, he's one of my favorites. I'm probably not going to end up going in that direction. He was a guy that I was trying to figure out through the podcast. I mean, we saw the BFP numbers earlier. He does match up and profile pretty well. And like I said, I think that just with both offenses in that game, there are bound to be some long balls at that stadium. So I like Judge. He's seeing the ball well. The historics make sense, but I'm just not going to end up getting there. And I think it's a great one-off to have.
Yep, I definitely agree. JQ says Trey, Justin, and Taylor a good stack of Dodgers. I think that's a pretty solid stack of Dodgers. I like the way you're going with that.
Yep, Chris Taylor always going to be one of those guys that if he's in the 6 through 8 hole going to always be lower owned than everybody else. So I can get behind that too.
Yep. All right, guys. If you have any other questions, and this is the show where yes, we'll talk about DFS with you. But if you have a question about maybe an underdog prize or an underdog pick, or whatever else, a betting pick, we're plenty happy to answer those questions as well. So feel free to fire away in the chat, and we can help you out with whatever you need. Jared, we've talked about a lot on this slate. We've talked about the slates that the stacks that we really like in Dodgers, Cores, or Dodgers and Cores, basically. I mean, we like Dodgers, we like
Basically, yeah.
Rockies, and we like the Cubs as well. But if you have a number four, who is that number four? And let's throw it into the top five too. Let's get the top five stacks of the day from you.
Top five stacks is in the same game, and no one's gonna play it. This is a FanDuel thing. But Washington, Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh 4, Washington 5.
Okay, I like it. I like it. I think it's solid. I really like that mini stack of Bryant and Reynolds at the top. I feel like it profiles the best pitch type wise for that Pirates team. It really makes a lot of sense to go Reynolds and Key Bryant Hayes together there. JQ said Connor Joe, Chris Bryant, and Crone is my Rockies stack. Any sneaky Rockies to full stack it? I say no. I'm not a humongous fan of Rockies. We just talked about those three being our top three options for the day. I feel like Rockies come in firmly third in that top three stacks. And honestly, I don't know. Do you think Rockies is your number three stack? Because the more and more I think about it, the more and more I probably lean towards it's probably another team taking that number three spot.
All the Rockies' interest I have is like Joe and Bryant. So I think I actually like Pittsburgh more. That's saying a
Okay.
lot.
That's pretty juicy. That is a juicy take for sure. Little Italy said, "Who did you want in your lineup but couldn't fit?" Today, this is gonna sound a little ridiculous. Someone's probably gonna make fun of me, aka the guy to my right. But I kind of wanted Cody Bellinger in my lineup. I kind of felt solid about the spot that he was in, and
Yeah,
how he's been playing over the past 3 days. But he's not gonna be able to fit in the lineup. But it's a spot that I would recommend in tournaments for sure.
he did. I can confirm that he did say that on
Yeah.
record.
All right. Any other questions, guys? If not, we're here to answer those questions, and we can continue just shooting the shit and talking about the slate as well.
I have a one-off for you. Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, never mind. 1v1. Judge or Soto?
Do you have any stacks? Like, do they correlate into any
Well,
stacks?
no. Judge would be one. But I could, in theory, roll out a 1-2 of Washington.
Hmm. I kind of like the 1-2 of Washington more than I like a Judge one-off.
Yeah,
That's at least where I'm
kind of
leaning
what I
right
thought you
now.
would say. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes for interesting conversation. And then I guess the second part of that is, would you Jonathan VR or Cesar Hernandez? And that's it's pretty obvious which one you'd lean there. But
Yeah, Jonathan VR is where I'd lean there for sure. I really like the VR play. Is Grinky in play on Fanduel or just an SP2? I think just an SP2 in all honesty. It's not a play that I
yeah,
necessarily, and even an SP2, we talked about this on the show. There's a better guy in that range that I like a little bit more. I'll save that for behind the paywall though. Don't want to give away everything on this show. But I think he's a solid SP2. I just think there's a better guy out there at that same price range.
I can also agree with that. There was Greinke was a guy we had earlier exposure to in the day, but as the day went on and the lineup came out, and I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan of Javi Baez being back in there, Miggy making the lineup. Those are some big bats that Greinke I think is going to struggle against.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I can get behind that take.
Again, the reasoning behind that, Greinke is a reverse splits pitcher. So also we just got the news that D Gordon got scratched, so the Nationals put out a new lineup, but it's pretty much the same on all
Okay,
accounts.
gotcha. Solid.
They
Thoughts?
they put him at the 9, so it's like whatever. But
Yeah. Thoughts on Kyle Gibson on FanDuel? Do you want to
I
give your
like it.
thoughts on Kyle
Yeah,
Gibson? Yeah.
yeah. I love the Kyle Gibson spot. I've been trying to get there. Just side note for a very long time, and it's really hard to do so. Uh, for what I want to do, and I'm different than like I'm trying to pay up as much as I can with my bats. and it's hard to get there in tournaments. But if you want to go the route of paying for the cheap Cubs guys, I can definitely see a scenario where that makes a lot of sense.
Yep, I can get behind that. I think it's a pretty solid spot overall. Um, Little Italy said, "Can I send you?" Oh, yeah, you can send me a build. Anyone from the FanDuel games that you would want to make your home run calls? I will say I'd probably throw Brian Reynolds in there as potentially one of my home run calls. That I won't get
Yeah,
into the article just because of time.
he homered yesterday.
Yep, could do it again. Um, I think I said yes to you sending me a build, Little Italy. That's fine. I won't get to it immediately, but I'll get to it as soon as possible. Um, okay, we're all caught up on questions. And I am getting the DraftKings stuff done right now as we speak. And then FanDuel lock is in 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh, I landed on something that I really like. I can't wait for you to see this.
Oh, I'm excited. Is it with the picture that we talked about or no?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, let's go. Bro, I'm going to go. I want to go throw that in something now.
yeah.
Might
Hold
just
on,
have
I'll
to.
I'll just post early for everybody. I might as well.
Hell
I guess it's
yeah.
not early anymore, but yeah, I like it. I also like talking in hypotheticals and secrets to people. So
It's the best, man. It's something that Sean and I did for a really long time, and we always had fun with it. So, uh, it's always a good time.
you know what? I would like a takedown on 414 day. That would be nice.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be juicier than my Mother's Day takedowns.
Mm-hmm.
You always having takedowns on 414. That'd be fun.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, okay. And I'm posting for season pass members. Going to put it on the site now. And again, just a reminder, guys, FanDuel locks in 10 minutes, and then we're going to have our DraftKings stuff up pretty much as soon as we get off. Maybe we'll stay around just to finish it so we can give you a confirmation that it's done.
Yes.
But don't freak out about DraftKings stuff not being up yet. FanDuel's first, obviously.
Exactly. Man, we are going to be sweating late into the night tonight. We are
Yep.
going to
Like I
be
said, it's a late night.
Yeah, it's a very late night for RotoRadar members. Maybe we'll do something live. Maybe we'll go live in the Discord or something. I don't know. There's some interest around it. Kind of talk about the game and stuff and just enjoy it. Did you see Freeman's new FanDuel picture? I did see Freeman's new FanDuel picture. What is that all about? Like, why does he have that picture of him? Have you
Wait,
seen
did
it?
I miss something? No, I'm still getting the Braves one.
Yeah, go check his new go check his new FanDuel picture. It's or maybe this has to be a new picture of him. Um I don't know. It's a very interesting one for sure. By the way, guys, my FanDuel lineup is posted on the Discord and about to be posted on the site.
Maybe it's on my app
On your
instead.
phone. Yeah.
No, I'm still getting the old Freeman picture.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
guess I'm
you
not
are
cool.
getting yeah, you are getting the old Freeman picture. I just saw it. Um damn. Damn. Your lineup's nice, man. Your lineup's really nice. I kind of love that.
Yeah. If you want risks, that's it.
That's risky. That is risky indeed.
Yep.
But good risk indeed. All right, guys. Any final questions? We have around 8 minutes until we go until we are locked in on FanDuel. So now is your time if you want to ask any questions for today's slate.
Do you think that so I guess who do you think is going to be chalk pitcher on FanDuel? Because I do think it's going to be Bueller still.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it probably will be Bueller, but I could also see. I think it'll be pretty split up between Bueller and Otani. I feel like we
Oh,
underestimate
okay.
what the industry does usually, and I feel like they make this stupid move of pitching some Otani shares tonight.
Okay. So about yesterday, I don't really like. We'll talk about this for 2 more minutes and then it's gone forever. But people did play Kershaw and on Fanduel and DraftKings yesterday. So
Hmm.
I have a feeling that maybe the DraftKings price of Otani could influence their playing him on Fanduel too.
Yeah,
I don't like that at all. To be honest, I can't get behind that in
you mean
cash.
the Otani take?
Yeah, not on Fanduel.
And like even on DraftKings, like I think like just with, you know, I think really the thing that pushed me over the ledge on the Otani front is the fact that they did open up the roof in Globe Life. Like
Yeah,
opening up the roof does change the environment so much there. It makes it so much hotter and just like the ball's going to fly. So I don't know. Maybe people disagree with me here, but I think that's a potential trap that a lot of the industry kind of, I'm not going to say falls for necessarily. Again, like I don't think it is absolutely awful. I just think you have better options that make your overall lineup better on today's slate. I really like where I ended up on DK. I just finished up DK fully and now getting it all typed up. And the DK build is spicy, ladies and gentlemen.
I liked what their pricing and flexibility of that site had today, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, for sure. Yankees and Blue Jays has been delayed because of
Oh,
the rain, which is
okay. I
not a
mean, we knew
huge
that was
deal.
kind of a thing, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should be too worried about it, but just a note. Are we ever going to get fish tweets from you guys? LOL. What are fish tweets? I don't know.
That
Do you
guy's
know
a
if
fucking fish.
the like calling people a fish for their plays? I'm sure you will at some point, man.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I wanna I wanna be on a little bit more solid of a win streak to before I can absolutely bully someone on Twitter. All right, looking at your build now, Little Italy. Um, yeah, I love that, dude. I love that. That is great. That is a great build.
Oh man. All right. I miss having cores at least right now. I would say probably in like a month I'm not gonna like it as much. But we did, last year I think was a strange year where the first time I want to say since at least 2015 or so that cores drastically underperformed expectations.
Hmm.
So do you think well, I mean, I don't know. They lose Story and Arenado. They get Bryant and a few of these other guys kind of elevate up. How do you feel Course is going to go from a Rocky standpoint? Let's just start there.
From a Rocky standpoint, I actually feel like they're going to be pretty well off. I think that at the end of the day, what really caused that is not just because, they lost Arenado, but also because a lot of the bats they brought in were newer to the core scene. It does take an adjustment to hit in cores. Like it's a completely different environment. The elevation really does change things. And I think that affected guys like Crone and some of the other free agents that they brought in there. And, it's going to affect KB for a little bit too. But, some of these other guys that were brought in as new guys last year are going to kind of adjust and settle down. I think this team is going to be an above average hitting team this season overall. So I think they'll do pretty well in course.
Yeah. I do think it was kind of an end of an era type of situation as well,
Yeah.
where like kind of things started to fall apart and then they lose one guy to lose another guy. Yeah, not good vibes all the way around.
Yeah. Home run calls. You got any, Jared, that you want to share in front of the paywall?
Sure. I will go with Frank Schwindel.
Frank Schwindel. I like it. I already shared one in Reynolds, but if you want me to give another, I'll say Seiya Suzuki hits one today as well.
I'll go one more.
Ooh,
Freddie Freeman hits his home run in his first game as a Dodger
I
in Dodger
like that.
Stadium.
I like that a lot. Wind's blowing out to right field right now, so it's definitely a good environment for him and Cody Bellinger. Both benefit from that for sure. All right.
You were all over the place with your eligibility today
What do you mean?
on FanDuel. I had to click around a lot.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
I
it's me,
bet.
but I hate entering lineups on my computer.
I don't do it anymore. I can't. Uh,
Uh,
corn or
Crone.
crone? I was like corn, can of corn? Uh, Crone or McMahon? Crone for sure.
Yep. Do you think there's a chance though that McMahon could? Well, the problem is he's going to get two bats probably against Steele, and then maybe he can luck into one after that. But I don't know. I'll take Crone.
Well, the thing you got to remember is the fact that Rocky's bullpen has not been bad so far this year, and I think they will overall be bad, but they're starting out okay. They're starting out decent, so I don't know. Go
Also, I'm
Fryer
pretty sure
says,
that McMahon is still hurt too.
yeah, that is true. Go Fryer says, let's smash indeed. I think we just hit 535, so we are all locked in, ladies and gentlemen. At least over on FanDuel. We still have a little bit more content to get posted up on DraftKings, though.
Yep. Also, side note, sorry, Corn, but Omar Narvaez just crushed a ball into the
Ooh,
into the bleachers off of
spicy.
Adam Wainwright. Yikes.
Spicy,
Brewers are up 4-0 already.
man.
I'm telling you, man, 414 days a thing.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We're gonna have to hear about this from fucking Jared, even though his team sucked throughout the first 5 days. He's gonna be
Hey
saying
now,
414 for the next like
we're
week.
three. We're 3-3.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. Yankees probably aren't gonna be 3-3 after tonight, so I can't say much. Let's eat tonight. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer, guys, just to confirm with you guys that everything is posted for DraftKings, and then I'll take questions for like 5 minutes. But are you all good on DraftKings, Jared?
I'm finishing up right now, actually.
All right. Bacon said, "I can't say a damn thing here in Minnesota." Yeah, man, you guys almost got perfect gamed by Clayton Kershaw, so you can't say a thing.
Yeah. If there was a guy that you could get perfect gamed against, who would you rather have it be? I hate
Um,
the Dodgers, so I would never say Kershaw. So
I would want it to be against a pitcher I liked. And who's my most liked pitcher that's not on my own team? Hmm. If there was anyone that I wanted to get no hit or perfect gamed against, I think I'd want it to be, I don't know, who's the ace on Seattle right now?
would you want it to be somebody you liked? Because once they do it, you can never like them again.
No, I can like him. Man, I'm proud of him. Good for them.
Okay. Okay.
You know, it's one loss for me. It's a lifetime achievement for the player. Like,
That's very true.
I don't know who's number one in the rotation for Seattle right now. I don't even know who's number one in that
Robbie
rotation.
Ray.
Oh yeah, no, I hate Robbie Ray, so it can't be Robbie Ray. He played for the Blue Jays all last year, so that makes me mad. Johan Santana, that's a good answer right there.
Oh, I like that.
That's a very good answer. You know what? The guy that I like the most, I think, starting pitching wise, and maybe this is influenced a little bit from yesterday, but I pitched this guy a lot last year and felt like I had a little bit of a connection to him. Logan Webb, I think, is the guy that I want to be perfect
Nice.
hitted against.
Nice.
Or no, never mind. Adam Wainwright. Without a doubt, it's Adam Wainwright. I
Okay.
complete yeah, want him to get that achievement at the end of his career that only 23 other players have done.
I would love to get perfect gamed on by a knuckleball pitcher. Those don't really exist anymore. So,
Who
but
was
like,
the
imagine getting Tim Wakefield was like the last DFS relevant guy.
who was the
Actually,
guy
no,
for
that's
New
not true.
York?
That's not true. Um, I don't
You
know.
know,
Help us out, chat.
yeah,
But
you guys, someone
I
knows who
can
I'm
see
talking
him.
about.
I can see him, but I don't know the name.
I could see him. I can see the mustache. I feel like he might have had long hair. Um, I don't know. I've
Yeah, it's
R.A. Dickey. There you go. I'm pretty
R.A.
sure it was
Dickey.
R.A.
Yeah,
Dickey. Yeah, I would
yeah.
want to get no hit by R.A. Dickey. I read a book on R.A. Dickey that was actually really interesting.
Him or Bartolo, either way.
Yeah, Bartolo would be a sick one.
I miss Bartolo.
I think everyone does.
There's got to be a new Bartolo though. Eventually, somebody's gonna come along.
Hopefully.
Raleigh Fingers. I know that name more than most people do. But yeah, he's a good one too.
Chris Bryant.
It really kind of, well, I guess I'm not a huge fan of DraftKings having Bryant only outfield eligible. I think that's
Same.
kind of,
I agree. But he's only played in the outfield so far this year. So I mean, it's right, but like I don't like it.
yeah, we can complain all we want.
We certainly can.
What do you think is the game that's gonna stand out that's not Coors, Dodgers, or this first game that already locked on FanDuel? Like, I think if I had to pick another one that could blow up, probably Detroit, Kansas City.
Yeah, I can get behind Detroit, Kansas City. I also think there's some sneaky blow up potential in New York as well. I think both sides could end up scoring a lot of runs and kind of surprising everyone.
Yeah, see, I think there's at least a minimum of 3 home runs hitting that game. It's just who
Yeah,
they're gonna be by.
yeah,
That's always the question.
that is always the question. Jared, have you posted DraftKings yet?
Nope, I'm about to. I mixed up Justin Turner and Trey Turner in their positions.
Nice.
And we don't have Anthony around to help today.
I know it's a pain in the ass not having. I had to go. I'm not even going to go look up home run odds. He's been doing it for me the last few days, just throwing them up there, and I don't know. Just no need to do it today, I guess. Full host walk. Only St. Louis guy that can get on base. Yeah,
Against
bro.
the Brewers, absolutely. Yeah. He ruins he that's a guy that him, Wainwright, and Molina all have been ruining my baseball seasons every single year since I was like 8 years old. They've all played for like 20 years.
They really have.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm rolling. I'm actually gonna go Joe Musgrove on DK.
Nice. There you go.
I think there's some upside there.
Solid. Hey, if anyone has ownership, do we have any FanDuel ownership in these first couple of games?
I'll tell you the Pirates in a second, but maybe the chat will be able to give you that information faster.
Okay. Who did I bet -1.5 yesterday? I think it was Dodgers. Maybe Anthony can tell me. Pretty sure though I won my bet yesterday, but we won't account for it. Um,
Not gonna lie, shortstop on DK is pretty awful.
yeah. My 100 man, Hayes is 10% and Reynolds is 20%. So some decent
Oh,
ownership. And
didn't expect that.
no, neither did I. DraftKings sheet for cash games is updated, ladies and gentlemen. So you can go check that out. We'll stay in here for an extra 5 minutes. So we'll get out of here at around 5:50, and you guys can ask any questions that you have about the DraftKings build. But I feel really solid where I ended up landing, and feel like it definitely makes us different from the rest of the industry.
Over under Dodgers home runs.
What's the number?
I guess here's a better thing. Let's just say that this is like an underdog rivals, and
Uh-huh.
you go Dodgers home runs versus total Coors home runs.
Total Coors home runs? Bro, I'm taking the total Coors home runs. It's not. That is double the amount of hitters, dude. Like, there's no way that I couldn't take. You gotta. I would assume that like if this was a real bet that they put out on Underdog, they'd give Coors home runs like -2.5 or something. I
Okay,
don't know.
I'll gladly take the underdog, or I'll gladly take the Dodgers.
Yeah, if it's +2.5, I think I would take Dodgers as well. But
All right, I'm posting DraftKings finally. Sorry, guys.
there we go. Finally, about time. Just kidding. All right, guys. Any final questions before we get out of here? While Jared is posting, if we don't have any DK questions, then no need for us to stick around. But it looks to be a really solid slate. I think it's one that we're going to be different from the rest of the industry on for sure. And I
Yeah,
can't. I'm going to take advantage of that.
we have been different this year.
We have. We've been drastically not getting ownership calls right. Some
Yeah,
of our worst takes this year have been bad ownership calls. Saying this team's going to be chalky, this guy's going to be chalky, and not exactly being the case, which isn't a really big deal. Like if there's anything I want to get wrong, it's probably ownership calls because they don't really mean a lot at the end of the day. Um, but we have been getting our ownership calls pretty far off so far.
yeah,
Which, like I
that'll even
said,
out.
it's fine. Who cares? No one. It's just an estimate. Like I can't tell you exactly where people are going to go, but and like you said, it'll even out for sure. All right. Doesn't seem like there's any questions. So, Jared, any final thoughts before we get out of here, man?
No, if you're playing my builds, you can stay up a little bit, but if you're playing Josh's, you can take a nap for a little bit and come back later and come
Yeah,
hang out in the Discord. We'll be sweating the last couple hours of the slate out together.
yeah, we will. Make sure to come hang out with us. We'll be sweating stuff out. We'll be celebrating some typo in your bet on the DK article. Okay, I'll go take a look at that. I don't think there is though. Oh, is that an equal sign? That's an equal sign and not a minus sign. I'll go fix that right now. But yeah, we'll be sweating out the last game. We'll be sweating out the Coors game too, or at least I'll be in there for the Coors game as well, so we can talk about that too. But come sweat it out with us in the Discord, and who knows, maybe we'll give away some free prizes if you guys are hanging out in there with us. We'll just have to see. But let's get out of here, Jared. As always, my name is Joshua Reimer. Good night and good skill.